Okay, so this is our video on how to complete the crisscross worksheet. If you have not completed the ionic bond notes, you need to do those first. All right, so you go to Classroom, click on Classwork, Unit 6, and you're going to find this crisscross worksheet. So open it up, view assignment big, so you can open up your copy of it. When you open it, it should have your name at the top up here that says your name and then crisscross worksheet. If it does not, you have opened the wrong one. All right, so it goes over a little bit in the beginning if you forgot how to do the crisscross, so it kind of reviews that a little bit for you. And then, of course, naming ions and compounds, because we're just practicing that for now. So then your problems are actually started on page 2. So you have a couple of these here that you will do. All right, so let's work on some examples. So I'm going to help you guys out here. I'm going to show you this barium. It's already done, but the barium oxide. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how this would work. Okay, so let me see if I can get this on. All right, here we go. So I'm going to do a couple things here on our screen. Okay, if I can get this moved over. Okay, well, that's better. All right, so let's look at barium oxide, okay? So we're going to look at barium oxide here. And so as you can see, the first thing you're going to do is it tells you you have barium, okay? And hold on just one second. This seems to be good. So you're going to have barium, okay? And you have oxygen. So if I look at barium oxide, if I find them on my periodic table, barium is here in the second group, so it is a +2. So I will add that. And oxygen is over here. It's in group 16, and remember it's a -2. And you can always put those charges at the top if you forget. So, oops, I always write these backwards like in math. Here we write it like that. Okay, so there's barium oxide. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the crisscross. So notice, again, these charges, that's 2 and 2, so there's no need to actually crisscross. So we will just have one of each because a +2 plus a -2 will get me 0. So this is my molecular formula there. So you will enter that, and of course this stays, this is our cation, so it's barium. This is our anion, and so we want to change this to oxide. So the name of this would be barium oxide. Remember, we're not going to test you on these names. We simply do this just to get you familiar with this, so if I'm talking in class, you kind of understand what I am talking about. All right, so we have barium oxide. So that will be the first part of the number 1, the problem number 1. You will fill all those out. Make sure you put the barium and the oxygen. Remember that when you are doing this, remember that you will actually, when you type them in, when you get to that +2, remember if you're at barium, barium, you want to press Control and then period, and then you can put a 2+ there. That control period is what brings it up into the superscript for Google Docs, okay? All right, so the next one, so you'll do all of these here. You're going to fill out the cation, the anion, the ionic compound formula here, and then you want to put the compound name for all of these, okay? The second part here is going to be doing some Lewis structures. So there's 3 Lewis structures I want to do for you, but I'm going to do the example of barium oxide for you, okay? All right, so if I have barium and oxygen, the first step I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do my valence electrons, okay? And again, barium is here, okay? It is in group 2, so it has 2 valence electrons. So I will place them 1 and 2, okay? And then I have oxygen, and oxygen is in group 16, so it has 6 valence electrons, so I'll place those. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And notice there's 2 here. I do this, and sometimes I will rewrite them so that my electrons can be facing the right way. So I'm going to rewrite these because it bothers me sometimes. I'm going to write them with the electrons on the other side. It doesn't matter which side they're on. Okay, and then oxygen. So I'm going to place my lonely little electrons, my little friends over here. Here's my lone pairs. Okay. Then I will show the transfer. This is my, well, then I will add, I see my transfer here. Let's see. Okay. So one will go here and one will go there. Okay. After that happens, then that's when I add my charges, because now my transferring, right? So I have a barium. I lost 2 electrons, so it is a 2 plus. Oxygen, I gained 2 electrons, so it is a 2 minus. I'm going to leave those out there because I also have to add on my octet. There we go. There's my octet. And my last job will be to add my brackets. And that's that. This here is the ionic barium oxide. So you will need to, this is what I want to see. If you want to skip all these steps and know how it works, that's fine. Just draw me this, that's fine. If you need to go through these steps, then do that. You can do this on a separate sheet of paper and then just take a picture, either insert it onto the document itself. Okay, so you can either insert the picture here on your Google Doc on the 3rd page, okay, or you can just attach it to the assignment when you turn it in. If you have any questions, please let me know.